In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to draft an email. Now, for Accounting 101, you basically can come out where you have to do an email. Now, the way it will be is that it'll test your knowledge on things which you already know. And most of the time, you'll need to give advice to someone or give more information on something. So, you do this by writing an email. So, to start off the email, the first thing you need to do is write to. Now, when you write to, you put the two dots. So, to, and you put the two dots. Okay, and that's not the two dots, this. And then what you do now is write the email who you're writing to. So, let's say the email that we're writing to is rude. Okay, so just any email, rude. rude@gmail.com. Then after that, you write from. Now remember, all these are the like one line below the other. So from, and then you write your email. So let's say Oyo. Okay, so just anything, right? And now after this, what you want to do, so you got to, you got from. The next thing what you want to do is the date. So you write the date. Now the date can be it must be in long form, right? Because remember, all this is formal. So let's say 12th of April. So remember, your capital letters are important over here. 2079. Let's go in the future. Who cares? We can do what we want, right? So let's go in the future. Then we leave a line. This is important. We leave a line. We leave a line and you say subject. Actually, think about it, we don't actually leave a line, right? So everything must be one below the other. So subject. Now in the subject, you basically try to rephrase the question which they're saying. So in the question, they're telling you, you're writing to explain the business, why it's important to draw up a bank reconciliation. So in your subject, you can say advice for drawing up a bank recon. So you just rephrase the question, right? It's so ironic. I'm getting already spelling mistakes. Yeah, but I'm not good at English paper 3, so okay, so done. So now we leave a line. So this is where we leave a line. Now on this line we write basically dear whatever. So what you want to do is do not say dear because that's informal. So you need to write a greeting that is formal. So you're gonna say good day. So good day is very, very formal, right? Then you put a comma, yeah, and then you start your paragraph 1. Now in your paragraph 1, you introduce like why are you writing. So you introduce the why question. So you can say I am writing this email to inform you about what? About the importance of doing a bank recon or constructing a bank recon. Of constructing a bank recon. So on your page, this will be written a little bit longer, but on this Word, it'll be less because it zooms in. But basically, this will be like 2 lines. That's fine. Then you continue with your second paragraph. So your second paragraph now is basically giving the advice. So firstly, your advice, let's say you give one advice out of like 3 advices. Each one of them must be a paragraph. So firstly, the way you want to do this is ask yourself, what advice, like what thing you can discuss over here? Maybe it can be errors on your side, right? So that's number 1 advice. Number 2, the second advice, you can say it can be used as a control. If people are stealing money from a bank, so it's good to do a bank recon. That's second advice. So the first advice, let's discuss it about being errors. So you can say the main reason it is important is that it can identify various mistakes such as payments that had occurred during the business, during the financial year, during the financial month, anything. Okay, now again, spelling mistakes, just excuse that. Financial, how do you spell that? Okay, oh yeah, financial, identify, occurred. Just ignore the spelling mistakes. I'm sure they're not going to mark you down for that. Occurred. Yeah, that's how I spell it, right? Okay, occurred. Okay, so this is your first advice. Now, in the exam, you can expand on this. So now the next advice I will say, okay, you know what, you can expand on this like this. So that had occurred during the financial year. This will help to reduce additional costs that would have been. So would have been occurred as from the mistakes. Okay, so that's how you do it, right? Now, after the first advice you give the second advice, but the second advice you do in a different paragraph. So now I told you, you can say it can be used as a control. Because let's say if somebody stole money, so from the bank recon and bank statement, you can clearly see, you know, what the differences. So you can say the other benefit is that it can be used as a control, right? As a control. And then you give examples. Now, when giving examples like this, it shows like you understand the topic, and you'll get marks for it. So the other benefits is that it can be used as a control, such as if people are stealing money or money is not being deposited whenever it needs to be banked. So as you can see here, money is not. So as you can see here, I'm just basically explaining my advice. And the third advice, you can say, what else? The bank recon. It can help you to avoid activities that could happen. So you can say, because remember, constructing a bank recon also helps you to analyze your financial, what can I say, planning or whatever. Because when you analyze the bank recon, bank statement, you can clearly see like if your bank overdraft, how money is going in. So you can say furthermore, it can also help to analyze how the business is running and to help identify any flaws. Now what I mean by any flaws is that, let's say if on the bank statement and bank ledger, in your ledger, if you are receiving money via deposit, if for some reason the deposit is taking longer in the bank statement, maybe you have to change your bank, right? Because it's taking too long to do your deposit. So that's how you complete it. Then lastly, now you do your conclusion. So on your conclusion, you basically say to that person that if they have any like questions, they can ask you. So you can say, I hope. So let's see. I hope whatever information. So remember, you can't do abbreviations. You write a full word. Information I have provided can be taken. Okay, and you can say if you have any questions, please feel free to email me back. Alright, so again I made some spelling errors, does not matter because I won't do it in the exam. Grammatical errors. Okay, now you're signing off, right? So now you have to sign off. So to sign off, what you say is kind regards. This is the best. There's also other ways to do it, but kind regards is more formal. So kind regards, comma, and your name. Now your name, do not put your name because you'll get marked down in this test. You have to say accounting 101 student. Okay, so do not put your name, otherwise you'll get marked down. So normally this comes out for 6 marks. So the way the marks will be distributed is this. You'll get half mark for these 2 emails, half mark here, half mark here. So already it's like 1.5 intro there, that's 2, 3 one advice, 4 another advice, 5 another advice, and then basically you get marks for this, the ending. So 6 marks. Easy way to do this, easy way to score your marks. 6 marks, bank it, total it, bank recon it. Okay, I don't know why I said that, but you know what I mean, right? So this is how you do an email.